Okay, so guys, today we're going to go over some homework. Then we're going to discuss domain range a little bit and what interval notation is. Hopefully you remember that a little bit. Then we're going to do a little bit of stuff on exponents, converting between rational exponents to radicals and all that kind of stuff. So let's start off with this one. This question here. Okay, so what this is really asking, the first few of them, come on, today, there we go. The first few questions are asking, okay, when x is equal to 0, what's my y value? What did you say, Trudeau? -4, right? Everyone good with that? That makes sense? Hey, Chris, when x equals -1, what's y equal to? That sounds good to me. I don't like decimals, but if you want to, you can have it as a fraction, okay? Okay. Everyone good with that? Let's do Jared. I'll give you f of 2. Nope. That's why I gave it to you, man. Brian? Yeah, Brian. Does not exist. Remember, if you got a hole, right? It's not there. So at x equals 2, there is no y value, so it does not exist. Math? Use E and E, okay? I think that's just going to be better. Undefined refers more to like asymptotes, okay? Next one, let's do Zoe, f of 4. Oh, Zoe. Oh, how about Bryant again? Does not exist. There we go. F of -2. Let's do Yasmin. -2. Fantastic. Remember, this one's going to be a hole, so it's not there. So down here is where our y value is. F of 3. Amanda, f of 3. F of 3 is equal to 2. You are perfect. Yes. Hey, Quentin, your turn, man. This means to say when y is equal to 2, what's my x values? And what other x value is it equal to 3? Or is my y equal to 2? Here's 2, right? Right along here. Notice it at -5, right? Yeah. Okay, guys good with that? And then the final one, when y equals -3, it looks like it's right about here, right about here. So I'm like plus or minus 1.5. Okay. You guys good with that? Does that make sense? Did that clear up some stuff? I know some of you guys struggled with this a little bit, probably last night, so I wanted to make sure you guys are good. Let's do the next one. Okay, question 7. This is another one that I think a few of you might have messed up or didn't know. Here we needed to know the slope formula. y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. Remember, if we're doing point slope form, we need 2 things. We need a point and a slope. Well, we have 2 points here, right? We have 4, -8, and we have -3 and 12. So we got our points, but we need that slope. So we're just going to plug in some stuff. We'll do 12 minus -8 and -3 minus 4. And I get 20 over -7. So there's my slope. Jared, you good? Pardon? This is my x. This is my x.
Before you wrote down there was your y.
Are you questioning my handwriting? Wow. That's terrible, man. I would never question yours. Oh, yeah, I would. So now I want to put it in point slope form. Doesn't matter what point I use. What? No. I don't care which point you use. Okay? So let's use this one just because why not? So we get y minus 12, negative 20 over 7, x minus negative 3. I'm going to stop doing the minus negatives. I'm just going to start putting plus because you guys are good. And this is our answer. Oh, dude. What did I say yesterday? Mathematicians are lazy, right? If you want to put it in the form of y equals mx plus b, we could do that. But that means we would have to sort of expand all this, right? And then add 12 to both sides. And I'm like, that's work. And I'm like, and that's algebra 1 work. We don't want to do algebra 1 work, man. We already know how to do algebra 1 work. So we just want to keep it simple. Remember, this is all about calculus. And then a couple other questions, okay? The first one, number 10 is not so bad. Because all we got to do is label our points. So here I got 2 and f of 2. And here I got, it looks like 7, and f of 7. So using our slope formula, you know, this is like our x1, y1, x2, y2. Plug in everything, and our answer is D. Amanda? Yeah. Any way you want to do it, I don't care. But this one here, the second one here, is a little more abstract, okay? This is like a general case. So this point here is x, f of x, right? And then this point here is x plus 2, f of x plus 2. Okay, everyone sort of good with that? Now, knowing that, here's our x1, y1, x2, y2. Which one of these answers is going to be yours? A, B, C, or D?
B.
Huh?
Wait, D. Oh, wait, no, sorry, B.
B? You would have got blown up on the bridge of despair in Monty Python, the Holy Grail. What's your favorite color? Red. No, blue.
No, because I was looking at the wrong column.
Okay. You guys good with that? Do I need to do anything more? That one is sort of very general. And notice that we're using a lot of sort of more general stuff in this class because I can't give you questions that are sort of so specific because there's so many types of questions. We got to know sort of the general case before we get on to anything. Boom, I think that's all of them. Now, domain and range. A bunch of stuff, a back history for you. If interval notation, hopefully your pre-calc teacher did it with you last year. I know I did it with people in geometry, and I did it within algebra 2. You got brackets, it means it's included. Parentheses, not included. Plus or minus infinity, always not included. Always not included. And that symbol means union, or in general English, and, okay? Something and something. Jared, remember doing this last year? Yeah. Okay, a couple other things too. Horizontal asymptotes are always y equals something. Vertical asymptotes always x equals something. Okay? Good? Question, Amanda? Yes, you can process, and we'll talk about that. Did you take honors pre-cal last year? They should have taught you about the cases where you can cross the asymptotes. But remember, asymptotes are what happens as you get close to a number, right? Right? Oh, okay. We'll go over it again, okay? So let's take a look at this. One thing I like to do, it's up to you whether you want to do it or not, is, where my thing go? There it is. I like to draw the asymptotes. Okay, so I think it looks like there's a vertical asymptote here. And sorry, horizontal. Looks like there's a vertical here and a vertical here, okay? I just like drawing those because it helps me identify what the domain is, okay? And when we're stating domain, we always go from smallest to largest, okay? So what's my smallest x value? Quentin, what's the smallest x value? I know you know. Negative infinity sounds good, right? And we're going to use those, boom. So I'm at negative infinity, boom, 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 getting closer and closer and closer to, oh, my x values. It's getting closer and closer to -1, right? But we'll never reach -1. Okay, good, good. Then we're going to use our little union symbol because it's and. Then we got this stuff here, okay? That goes between -1 and 1. Boom. And we got this thing here, which goes from 1 to infinity. You guys all good with that? Any questions about this before I go into range? Alberto, you good? Okay, cool. Now, our range, we do the same thing. What's our smallest y value? Try that. Look at this. What's this graph doing here, buddy? Going all the way down to -infinity, right? So my range starts at -infinity. I knew it was an infinity symbol. And then it goes all the way up to 2. Now, is 2 included? Yes, it is. So we're going to use brackets. And then we got another set in our range. We got this. It looks like it starts at 3. 3 is not included because that's a horizontal asymptote. and it goes all the way up to infinity. Yes, yes, good, 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 good. Okay, where is our horizontal asymptote? What is the equation for our horizontal asymptote? Zoe. Y equals 3, perfect. Okay, always have to say y equals or x equals. You just say 3, what do you mean? My IQ? How many dollars I got? My allowance for the week? You know, so has to be y equals 3 or x equals 3. Okay? And then our vertical asymptotes, we have 2 of them. X equals and x equals 1. All good? Good? I'm going to skip this one. And we're going to look at this one here. Woo. Woo. Okay, here are, now we're going to do it algebraically, okay? Couple things we have to know, okay? Hopefully you guys remember a little. For a horizontal asymptote, it's where the top equals 0, okay? And for a vertical asymptote, you got it, bottom equals 0, okay? So wherever the bottom equals 0, we have a vertical asymptote. Wherever the top equals 0, we have a horizontal asymptote. Good? Why?
Because I marked this out and it only has 3 pages.
Okay, so we're good, 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 good. Okay. Now, we got a problem here. And is that we got things that we might have to factor, okay? So I'm going to start with the top. And I got x squared minus 5x plus 6. I need 2 numbers that multiply to 6, add up to negative 5. Negative 3, negative 2 sounds perfect, right? X minus 3, x minus 2. Everyone good with that? Chanel, you good with that? Okay. Now we want to work on the bottom. And the bottom is a difference of squares, okay? So I need 2 numbers that multiply to negative 4, add up to 0. Huh? 2. Multiply to negative 4, add up to 0. 2 and negative 2. Perfect. So we've done the top and the bottom. Now, notice we got this beautiful fraction. Can anything cancel out? Yeah, this thing, boom, boom. When you got something that cancels out on the top and the bottom, it indicates that there would be a hole in the graph, okay? I think we did a little bit of this last year in pre-cal, okay? So you would have a hole in the graph. It is one of the discontinuities, okay? And we'll talk a lot more about discontinuities. But a hole is, that's where it is. Now, let's sort of go through this, okay? It says the graph has a vertical asymptote at x equals 2. So if I plug in 2 into this, I get 2 plus 2 is 4, not equal to 0, right? So this is not true. Boom. At x equals negative 2. Negative 2 plus 2 is 0. That means we got a vertical asymptote. Boom. That is good. And it says we have a horizontal asymptote at y equals 1. Well, we plug in 1 to here. I get 1 minus 3 is negative 2. It's not 0. Boom. So the only one, which of the following statements is true? and that would be B. This is such a typical AP question. Like, you have to go through each one, identify 1, 2, or 3, and that's the way it works, okay? You guys good with that? Any questions about that? The hardest part of this is factoring. But notice that the factoring is pretty simple, right? We're not going to give you, I'm not testing you on factoring, I'm testing you on the calculus. Okay? Oh, rational expressions, these things. Oh, I love these. X to the A over B equals, whoops, that's a B. That's terrible. I can't write. These things are the same, okay? They are exactly the same. They mean the same thing. This number on top is the exponent. This is the root, okay? And the other thing we got to know, x to the negative a is equal to 1 over x to the a, okay? Good, good, good. You guys remember doing that? That's probably algebra 2 if I remember correctly. Luna, you good? Okay, so let's just take a look at this one. The first one. I got exponent over root. So my exponent is 3. My root is 5. And then because these things are together, I got to put parentheses around them. What's my exponent of this thing? 1, yeah? And my root is 5. That's my answer. Simple stuff, right? Look at this. We've done already 3 semesters of, or 3 quarters of pre-calculus. You good? Hey, this one. Got to be a little bit careful when you got something like this, okay? This is the same as 1/4 times 1 over x cubed, okay? If it was like, if it was written like this, it would have been, they would be together, okay? But we don't have the parentheses there, okay? So that 4 is a little bit, is a little away from it, okay? So now, what we can do is write 1/4. This is in the bottom, right? So if we want to move it to the top, what do? We make it a, we make it a negative, right? So it's going to be x to the negative 3 plus 1/2, and that's going to be x to the 3/4. Guys good? Good? Not too hard, right? It's just hard remembering all the rules. Okay. And I have a list of all the rules on the resources tab of our Canvas, okay? So all the exponent rules, all the log rules are there. And then this time we're going the opposite direction, okay? So this is going to be 1 over x squared, the square root of x, Amanda, you good? Okay. This is the one people will mess up. Do not mess this up. Okay? So many times I have seen this, okay? Do not do this. Because this -2 is not with the 2, okay? It is not. So it's going to be 2 over x squared plus 3 over 2x. If I had put parentheses around this, this would be fine, okay? Actually with parentheses, okay? Does that make sense? You guys good? You guys can, what time's class over?
Nine, 10.
You got 10 minutes. You can finish up yesterday's homework. Make sure you submit it on Canvas, okay?
Yeah.
What do you mean? I thought I showed you guys how to do that yesterday.